You're kind of flexible, you tall son of a bitch.
I have really long legs.
Little do we know that's somebody else's leg.
Got someone hidden under the table.
I was chopping them up, and then we started the podcast, and here we are.
Oh,
Clearly.
Welcome all. Josh is raving and doing a crab core dance. Josh, are you crab coring?
Yes,
I love
always.
crab coring.
The world. Welcome all. We are the Murder Moose Podcast.
Rod's wearing a hat.
I'm wearing a hat. Part of the Slashing Cast Podcast Network.
Oh,
In the game.
it's in the game. Oh,
It's in my
And we're
ass.
back.
oh
Thinking
yeah.
Ooh.
Guys,
What's
I
up?
have so much pussy in this room right now. I have myself, Weasel, Bean, and Stripes, who God only knows, I hope he does not break my fucking computer because he's sitting on top of the case. And then
Stripes weighs a
I
metric
think one of the
ton.
other ones is in here. So, and then I have pussy. So lots of pussy in here. Mr. Frog.
Pussy.
It's
So
all about that
much.
pussy.
Now, I'm going to say like From Dusk Till Dawn it, because From Dusk Till Dawn's been on my mind.
Come on
because
in, pussy lovers.
Sinners has a very, very similar structure to From Dusk Till Dawn, but that's a side point. But
Oh my god.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
anything about Sinners other than you guys mentioning it in Discord.
oh, dude, all I've seen the last couple days is like the black community going crazy about it. I really, 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 really loved it. But
Oh
like,
yeah, I've
obviously-
heard. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
people
heard
are
great things. I
losing their
can't wait.
minds.
I was gonna try and see it at some point this weekend, but I spent
It looks like a
vast
killer
majority
cast.
of the weekend watching professional wrestling because it
me
was
too.
WrestleMania weekend.
I finally got to go to the movie theater here. Saw Minecraft.
Did
Yeah.
people throw
Oh,
popcorn
hey,
and
whatever.
yell chicken
No,
jockey?
they didn't throw popcorn. It was still fun. It was nice to go to the theater.
Yeah, I bet.
Yes,
But no popcorn was thrown. So
I would love if we all could get out to Sinners. I'm gonna try. Like I read an article today that said this is one of the first movies that's gonna change the whole game
Yeah,
of how
because
everything is being funded and released and blah 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 because he's getting
if you don't know
the
about
rights
it, Ryan
after
Coogler,
25
yeah,
years.
Ryan Coogler's, he gets the rights back after 25 years. 1, 2, he gets profit from day 1. Unlike most
Wait,
movies,
can you back
if
up and
they-
explain that again? Because I heard part of that, but I got lost.
so
Netflix
gets-
always owns everything outright and takes it away, like the rights of movies and like intellectual property from the creators, and he owns it himself 100% after 25 years.
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, it's a big deal with the movie Hollywood contracts because like it's like the first of its kind of thing, and you could see how a lot of the Hollywood elite kind of publications are handling it and going, well, it only made $60 million. I mean, it took fucking Minecraft off the top of the box office this
How
weekend.
much
and
did this need to make, though? You know what I mean?
it was, I think, at $90 million. I think
That's
is
what it
they
cost
said.
to make?
So, yeah, something like that.
Mm.
So
if
then
you go to
double
2
that
and a
for
half-
Minecraft's about to hit
marketing.
$1 billion,
Yeah.
though.
What?
Minecraft's about to hit $1 billion. They're projecting $1 billion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Of
mean,
course.
Minecraft is also a PG movie where every like
They
that
used
movie
the
also-
term unalive in the movie at one point, and I wanted to scream, that's when you should throw fucking popcorn in that movie.
Unalive?
Yes.
Yeah, instead of kill or dead or whatever context it is, because you're not allowed to say like dead or suicide, like on like TikTok and shit like that. So
You can't say
creators
kill,
always-
you can't say gun, so they use pew pew. You can't say
Really?
sexual assault, so they say
Yeah.
SA. You've been unalived.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is Twitch
I
that
heard-
fucking lame?
No, not
No,
Twitch.
it's not Twitch.
That's on
This is TikTok. TikTok.
Don't
Is
worry,
TikTok-
Twitch will do it soon. You can't say you can't talk about suicide on Twitch unless it's like brought up by the game.
Mm.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it
Oh,
was like
yeah.
a you can't talk about it thing. I mean, I know
I'm-
you can't talk about self-harm, but like suicide as a
I
subject.
mean, you can
is a-
talk about it in the like you can talk about it. You can't be like, "Oh, go kill yourself," or
yeah.
"I'm going
that
to kill
makes sense.
myself." Like even joking, you can't.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that I usually get around that by telling people to go play in traffic, but that's like not
I tell people I'm going to log off in real life.
yeah.
Oh, that just is going to sleep. Yeah, I'm so tired. I'm gonna log off.
How's everyone doing? How was the weekend? How was everyone? Our chaotic podcast last week that we were like a late night show that we brought guests in at the very end of the show.
It's gonna be that, but the opposite this week, apparently.
Yeah, this
so.
week I leave early.
Hey,
Ken
I got to
was-
bring up something for the show. We made a mini push, and we have an accomplishment. We finally fucking did it over on YouTube, guys. We are over 100 subscribers. We got 101, and a few of them are actual actors and movie producers and stuff now. Because I hit up my list and was like, "Hey, I just copied and pasted the same list."
I just want to be a corpse in a film. Like I'm a simple man with simple dreams. All right.
No, I want to do it all.
This
Give me a
might
lead.
be-
Just
fucking
want to
do it.
be a corpse in the background of a horror movie. I don't need to have any lines. I don't need to. I just want to be a dead body already, just in the movie.
I mean,
that's it. That's it.
You know,
That's
a filmmaker in Josh WRB who just released his 5-minute short film last week that was very fantastic. With Josh Jr. was in it, and I don't know who the lady was.
Why am I not hearing about this?
Because I just kind of put stuff out, and then I realized
then you don't tell us about it at all.
No. Like I did. I even posted it on the Murder Moose Instagram. It was all over the place. It's doing all right. It's not doing the numbers that I like for stuff, but I also am coming out from the sewer like a fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle and like going, "Hey, I made this months ago and was going
where's my pizza?"
Yeah, like I had intentions of putting it out to like Calgary Underground Film Festival, and then I fucking forgot. And now that festival is going on right now, and that's what reminded me that I made this short film. And I was like, you know what? Shit, I forgot. I might as well just put it out right now. So that was the whole point of why it's out now and not months ago when we actually filmed it. But
I love you,
hey,
Josh. I really
that's
do.
so fucking me. I created a whole short film and forgot about it. Fuck.
I love that.
Josh shot the Kool-Aid Man movie. No. That's my favorite part about that the studio is when Martin Scorsese is going to make a movie about Jonestown and call it Kool-Aid.
But it
I
wasn't
never would have
even
thought about
Kool-Aid.
that.
It was Flavor-Aid.
But
So what?
You have to see the show. It's because they get the license for Kool-Aid.
Very well done.
Yeah, it's wild. That's it. Yeah, so go watch. What's the name of the short, Josh? I forget the name of the short.
It's called
Spirit
Signal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I just found
which is the app in the thing, but it was really fun and like it flew by. I mean, it's only 5 minutes, but it was
I
real
can't wait
fun.
to watch
And
it. I'm excited.
Josh Jr. did a good job, and
It was like the initial idea was, hey, let's film something. That was the idea, and then I was like, and then I did some marketing for the whole thing beforehand, created an actual UI for the app that lives inside the movie, and we did it all in 48 hours.
Yeah, and then Josh voiced the app too, right? Did you voice the app or something like that?
No, I was just the scary dude.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I saw the credits. It's like Josh WRB as whatever, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, I was. You have to watch the ending again. It's kind of just like, what is that?
I saw that. I didn't realize that was you. Okay, cool.
I'm just looking huge in the background like this.
Fucking buff.
Josh looks like the tall guy from
No, I'm not
It
doing
Follows.
that.
Josh looked like the tall guy from It Follows that can't get into a room at that one part. Yeah. Kim still has never watched It Follows.
Oh, you know what? Another movie just came out called It Feeds. That's from the Black Fawn guys, my bros over in Winnipeg. And I would like to check out. I don't know about for the show or not, but it's on Plex now, and I would love to check it out. I can't wait because those guys.
We'll have to do that.
That's just like I just want to like go and like be a part of what they're doing somehow. They're just over in Winnipeg. I'll high five Kin and get her to come on the way.
Okay,
and we'll go and hang out with the Black Fawn dudes.
We did the last one was that one where it was like a bar in Canada in the middle of nowhere during the snowstorm movie. and I don't even remember what that was called. It was pretty entertaining, but like, I don't
Well,
know.
we did I'll Take Your Dad, didn't we? Or something? Yeah, we did that. And that's the like
Dude, we've been doing this podcast so long that sometimes I'm forgetting we've done movies.
yeah, we've done a few, but I always get excited when I know that they've made another
Yeah.
one. So
Yeah, we'll get it on the list. I want to do the Jonestown one next week, but like, yeah, let's do that after. Ken, what have you been up to besides selling all the drugs? Ken sold all the drugs and is like a crack dealer now. She's moved on beyond meth and is a crack dealer now.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Honestly, I've just been cleaning and wrangling cats and walking on stream. I walked 41 miles last week on stream.
what?
I walked 10 miles
Oh.
yesterday. I walked 5 today. I would have walked more, but my shoe, I'm having to re-break in my running shoes, so my arch of my foot is like get fucked.
It is Kin. It's Kin. Kin, you're Kin.
That's
It's Kin.
me.
And her load of pussy.
I really don't know what else I've been doing, honestly. Oh, I was
Yeah.
prepping. We had company last weekend, and my parents are getting ready to come up and spend a week or two. So I've got to do a lot of like painting and cleaning and stuff. So just getting ready for all of that. And the season is opening at the golf course. So I'm hanging out down there every now and then and helping with some stuff down there. And yeah.
Nice. Anything good for you, Brian? Josh doesn't know what he's doing over
Just
there.
watching. I just it was WrestleMania weekend, so I watched WrestleMania.
Yes, I do.
I watched. I did some rewatching of some horror movies that I dig. Like I watched Ginger Snaps earlier.
Nice.
That's a good movie.
That was fun to revisit. It's been a long time since I've seen that.
The period werewolf movie.
Yeah.
you see what I did there? The period werewolf.
I appreciate that bad joke. That was pretty good.
I know.
But yeah, that's other than that. I plan on trying to go see. We were talking about Sinners, and I plan on trying to go see that maybe tonight. But I've also been I've been battling a 2-day fucking migraine, which was always wonderful.
I will tell you, because my theater, there were lots of people who didn't realize this. Do not walk out of Sinners when the fucking credits start, because there's like a mid-credit sequence that like actually ends the movie. It is like, I was like, the lights aren't off, and yeah. But, so
they're not
I really
on.
enjoyed. I also don't like. There's a thing as like a white male in 2025 where I don't understand things when they're not like all the time until people start pointing them out. Like there's so many black creators I saw were pointing out things about that movie, and I'm just like, what? What? Huh? And it's like there's whole layers of like subliminal messages and like theories and shit like that. And so, man, yeah, that movie's crazy, and it was really, 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 really good. I don't know if it was. I think it's probably my favorite horror movie of the year so far, by far. And I think like it's up there. And The Monkey was
so
up
you can
there
stop
too,
talking about it.
Shut up. I'm not saying anymore. I'm not saying more. That's good. Let's talk about The Invitation, because Ken's got a half an hour and then got it bounced. So we're going to talk about what from 2015, which was an Alamo movie. I forgot this was an Alamo movie because it's been.
Yeah, I noticed Draft House Studios.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were doing a lot of that back in the 2010s, like a lot of that stuff. Like, and then I think it wasn't doing enough, and then fucking COVID almost killed the company. So like, yeah, I think mine was down for a while, but like they had something to do with this. And this is I
love saying I love seeing the movies with him in it, because I get to say the guy that I was in a TV show with.
Talking about Logan Marshall Green.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude,
because I've always loved him. And then in a show with him. Yeah. I was in like a couple scenes, and I'm wearing a mask, so you can't even tell who I am. But I can, because I was wearing gloves, and there's only two of us. No, I was like in the show.
Not the main character of the movie.
Yeah, main character of this movie. Yes.
Yeah,
he was the main character of the TV show that I was an extra on for one episode.
Can you have a synopsis for The Invitation?
When a man accepts an invitation to a dinner party hosted by his ex-wife, the unsettling past reopens old wounds and creates new tensions.
Okay, I Dun, dun, dun. Ken, I want your like reaction right away because you got half an hour. But like also this, I picked this because of you, and I thought you would dig the hell out of it. And what was your thoughts, Ken?
Well, so I've actually seen this, but I forgot and I did not remember anything about it. So it worked out great.
Sounds like me.
I I really loved it. There is no way in hell whatsoever that I could ever do what he did and go to this
Yeah.
dinner party.
Right?
There's no way. Knowing
Yeah.
what he went through with losing the child and her trying to kill herself and like all this other shit, I don't
Yeah.
care. My friends can come and meet up with me somewhere else. Sorry.
That's attached to that house. Like all those
Yeah,
memories, all
like,
that
no,
everything. There's no way.
absolutely
Yeah.
not. So, like, no. And then I love the fact that final shot when they
Yes.
go out and it's just mass
Oh, yeah.
murder.
Mhm.
Like
I
it
counted-
That's the
blows
best
my
part of the movie
mind.
for me, for sure. Is the
Yeah.
is
I
the
paused
end.
it. I saw 9 lights, but that's like in that very secluded part of the Hollywood Hills, like kind of thing. Like this is all like movie stars and producers and shit like that. And I mean, the one guy who was on Game of Thrones earlier, like was like the new thing of his ex-wife. He says you would be surprised how many in New York and LA. So it's like all the elite kind of people and their crazy groupings and whatnot. But yeah, that last shot, like that was another thing that like why the opus that we talked about last week reminded me of this, because I was like that had that kind of thing at the end. I think this ending's better, to be honest. I think
100%.
this
Yeah.
movie is
Well, it's
better
budget
than Opus.
constraints.
Yeah.
But it's taking that budget constraint, but doing it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, dude, this movie is one of those movies, and I don't know if you guys will agree with it. It's like that thing where you're anxious for 90 minutes. You're just sitting there going, because everything's off the whole movie. It's like
It doesn't have to
don't- like,
over explain. The
Yeah.
fact that they are
Yeah.
literally only showing you what you need to know and it's unraveling like a fucking onion, but slow tearing of each layer of that onion. And it's that slow burn that a movie of this size, and I don't know the budget, but
It was $1 million.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
I have
like,
it pulled up as well.
wow, did they accomplish a lot for $1 million? Like,
Yeah.
it's really well done.
I mean, it's one of those movies where it's like when Alamo. That's why I fell in love with Alamo, because it was really obvious that you could tell that these people cared about cinema. They cared about, and we're talking about the studio with Josh, and like it's the same kind of thing where it's like when people are passionate about movies and like it's like why A24 has the reputation they do, right? Because they care. And I mean, as they make things like Opus, as we're talking about, like, and try to make bigger things, it's like you start going, this is about money and not about, your love of cinema, right? Like like there's a whole episode of the studio, Josh, that you'll see eventually that's like it's about the studio shooting on film instead of, digital, stuff like that. It's like you go, okay, these people care. And this movie is a perfect example. And we've done this a lot. I mean, that it's What's Inside, right? It was kind of the same similar vibe where they have $1 million and they do this cool little movie. And yeah, it's just but this movie is just anxiety instead of that movie, which had comedy elements in it too. But like, man,
it's a theme right now. Anxiety is just I feel like movies didn't do anxiety in a few years ago, and now that it's like more people understand what anxiety is and that pretty much everyone has it.
I'm going to
just a thing.
disagree because The Strangers was full of anxiety. This was 2015. Like there's thousands of movies that are heavily anxiety ridden. I
feel like it's a lot more heavy-handed on like people. That's just what people do now. It's just anxiety. But I think how it's depicted visually nowadays is like that show, The Bear. I can't even watch it.
Yeah,
I can't watch it. It is too well. I'm like, that is exactly what it is to have an anxiety. Like, I've been there. I've had an anxiety attack.
Dude,
and
that's like
that show is just
that show Beef. I watched one episode of that show, Beef, and I was like, "That's enough. I don't want any." I'm like, my everyday life is just like, no, I don't need more things making me go. And we were talking about the studio. We're like pausing episodes because I'm like, okay, I need to walk away because I can't handle this for a couple seconds because holy shit, it's just like kicking you directly in the anxious dick. It's just like, whomp, and you're right to the anxious dick.
It's only an anxious dick.
My anxious dick.
So can I'm curious
He's
to hear
anxious.
at what point in this movie did you realize you'd seen it?
As soon as it started, like past the opening, like credits,
Okay.
I was like, oh yeah. Also,
You didn't-
for the record, I totally forgot that the husband David or whatever, I totally forgot he was in Game of Thrones because
Yeah.
I know him from The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
And so when you said that, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah.
He played the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like he was like Daenerys's like pimp hand or something like that. Basically, no, he was like a mercenary, right? I think that's what he
Yeah.
was. I don't know. It's been a long time since we watched Game of Thrones, but yeah. Yeah, this movie has lots of people that you're like, I know this person from like the fat guy who killed his wife. I was like, this isn't the dude. I was like, is this the guy
John
from
Carroll Lynch is one of my favorite character actors.
Yeah,
Was he the
he's
one
been in
So
a
fucking good
shitload
in
of
every
stuff.
little thing he does because he played
Was
like
he the one in
Pimp.
Zodiac? Was he the
Yes.
Zodiac killer?
He's
Okay,
so
yeah, he was.
fucking good
Yeah.
in that movie too.
That basement scene haunts me to this fucking like day. That was like the most like what the fuck scene in all of that movie, and it just like that scene just fucking like the tension of that scene. We're talking about anxiety and everything like that. I think the only problem I have with this movie, I think, is like the too easy as we're talking about, like we were talking about Opus last week, the like we're gonna put stuff in your drinks and poison you kind of thing. That is like like, oh, it's a cult. You're gonna get poison in your drink. I mean, that's what it is, and it's like
You're ruining everything, Rod. You're ruining everything.
No, I think it's cliche for cults, right, Ken?
I can't wait to say that every episode now.
You're ruining everything. I mean, haven't we been saying that for 230 plus episodes?
Yeah, it's
ruining
to
everything,
pull
Rod.
a rod is to ruin everything. Or no, that's just spoiling everything.
I was gonna say I thought it was spoiling. You motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. What are you doing, Josh?
He's
Staying alive.
dancing in the
Staying alive.
moonlight.
Oh, staying alive.
I think that the casting for this was very interesting, especially considering that they did have Zachary Quinto, I never say his name right, Luke Wilson and Topher Grace cast for major roles.
Oh, really?
And I wonder if that has to do with a budgetary issue. Like maybe that's why they couldn't get them at the time. But I heard that the Zachary Quinto guy is possibly going to be the new Batman.
Quinto?
Spock, you mean?
Who's
Yeah.
Quinto?
What?
Yeah. Spock.
Zachary Quinto is going to be Batman and what?
I've heard a rumor.
What?
Really?
but
I mean,
I'm just
we're-
doing a
I don't
thing.
know if that's
1 second.
true.
Interesting.
We're far off from that, but like the problem is, I don't know if you guys, they're talking about rumors. The guy Matt Reeves hasn't turned in a Batman 2 script, and people are saying it's because he's sick. A la Boseman, what's his name? Black
What?
Panther guy.
He's sick?
Yeah,
What do you mean
Yeah.
he's
Like
sick?
cancer?
cancer or something like
Uh-oh.
that.
Pancreatic
Yeah.
cancer?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Something. I mean, I don't know specifically, but because he was supposed to turn in a script a long time ago, and like he hasn't done it, and it keeps getting delayed, and then people are like, he's sick, and just like Chadwick Boseman.
See, I saw something about that too because Robert Pattinson is supposed to.
Yeah,
be
he's
playing-
Batman again. Yeah. So that Batman isn't going to be the Batman in the DCU, which starts off with the Superman here in a couple months. But like, Yeah. So I don't know.
They showed a Superman trailer, and I was like, I just don't like Superman. That's just me. I just don't like Superman.
I mean,
What about him?
as soon
I just don't like him. I don't
But
know.
why?
I don't like him.
Like
Josh,
his face.
what are you doing, by the way?
I'm bringing back all of my buttons right now, okay? All the buttons. See, like Brian has to come into Kin's scene.
What's up, girl?
So you
Welcome
can
to my
hear him,
feed.
but it's so yes. Come on.
Okay.
Now I'm just checking here. Rod, Kin are all in Brian's scene. I'm in all your scenes all the time. Don't worry, guys. I'm in all of them. But are you in all of mine? No,
Yes.
Rod isn't in my. He's not in. Oh wait, no. Brian's not here. So now I'll get Brian here. Now we're good. See?
Josh's ADHD has hyper focused yet again.
No,
the
I
cast
I want these fucking buttons to finally work. Look at okay, I can edit the show live again.
We
Except-
have a layering issue though.
Yeah.
There you go. And the
Oh.
poster and
yeah,
the this suite. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. There we go.
Yeah. And one more.
Okay, there we go. And it's good. Well, wait, no.
No, it's not.
There it is.
Little bonus content for our viewers. There
You know,
it's
it's
not.
funny-
What's going on?
I don't know. I
It's
was
something.
talking about asking
There.
Ken if she had watched the movie in her stream this morning, and everyone's like, "Is that like the vampire movie?" Because there was a vampire movie. The Invitation came out. And
Yeah, I've seen that.
I heard it was really bad.
It's fine. It's nothing. It's not awful. It's not good. It's just very average.
Yeah, it just. I mean, I don't know. PG-13 vampire movies have a like.
I don't ever
Whatever.
judge anything based on their rating.
I know, but like, the number of PG-13 good vampire movies, Brian, is not like. I
Hey,
don't.
Rod, the number of good vampire movies, whether they're rated PG-13 or R, is honestly low too, man. Because there's
mean-
a lot of shit vampire movies.
I mean, they
out
don't even
there.
make vampire movies. I mean, the
I
last
feel
couple
like
years
a
they have,
trope
but-
of vampire movies is for them to be mad or bad now, and that
Yeah.
sucks so bad. Like I want
Yeah.
Yeah.
them to be taken seriously. Like when Blade came out and was just badass, and he was
Blade was awesome.
Blade is
Yeah,
so
like,
cool. Blade is such.
they
a good
made it
movie.
hard R. It was Marvel like just being like, you know what? Let's just do this character justice. And now they're fucking Disney sucking a dick.
Dude, I have hope though. If you watch Daredevil Born Again, like that show was great, and I
Yeah,
want
I
to see what they
need
do.
I need to
Yeah.
finish watching that. I've really enjoyed what I've watched so far.
Yeah,
Can I tell you that it sounded like you said watching the Daredevil porn again?
I mean,
Has
that
anyone
also-
could be-
watched
that could be fun.
Last
just
of
kind
Us?
of feeling his way through.
No, Josh, but I know what happened because I saw people reacting on social media today.
I'm not reacting. I'm not saying a thing. Nothing
I know,
happens in
I know.
episode 2.
yeah. If you've never played the game, you don't know. I saw
I don't
people
know
going,
shit, and I love it.
Yeah.
What game? What are we talking about?
baby.
The Last
Nothing.
of Us 2.
It's all good.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, the weasel. Ken, what is like when you're talking about the cast? Like the cast of this movie is fantastic. Like Logan Marshall Green, we're talking about the main character in this, is fucking dude. The
He's just-
dude's gorgeous.
He's just my bro. He's my bro.
he's Josh's
Go
bro.
way back.
He's good looking. He kills it in this movie.
Why
He's
isn't he a
acting.
huge star? It's weird.
I mean, because he was in Prometheus. I think that's why.
Oh, come on. I fucking love that movie. Am I the only one? Seriously? Like I love
think
memeing people
we all
because
need to pony up
yes.
and send Rod enough money to get fucking therapy so he can get over his hate of Prometheus.
I
and
have
how-
other issues
and
I have to
how
work on in
it's
therapy.
affected.
In Prometheus, I will hold that fucking. My last words when I'm dying are going to be "fuck
Prometheus fucking
Prometheus."
sucks.
That's what it's going to be. My last words will be "fuck Prometheus."
Oh, I believe that. I believe that.
I
believe
like
that.
it. Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think Prometheus is
What about
great,
you,
but I
Kin?
don't think it's very good either.
I don't remember.
There's a big
I
white
like
dong
this
in it.
though.
Did we watch it for the podcast?
No.
No.
No, I don't
Rod,
think I've seen it.
Rod wouldn't have fucking allowed that to happen.
I want to watch Prometheus for next week's episode.
No, we're doing the Sacrament next week, and then
Okay,
if
what?
we want
that's a
to do
good second place.
if you guys want, you guys want Rod ranting for an hour, we can do Prometheus.
Or we can just start the podcast, and then me, Josh, and Ken can get up, let you do your thing. We can go cook food, go to the bathroom, wash the car, mow the lawn.
You
come
already
back, check on your
Next day.
breathing, then go back, finish some more
you already
chores.
recorded a podcast with me where I got to talk about that piece of shit movie, and I wouldn't stop bashing it then.
It's kind of like
It was
me
fun.
with that. What the fuck was that movie that I thought was a good one, and it turned out to be the not good one?
You mean
just
Repo,
happened.
the genetic opera?
I guess I didn't really
Repo-
shit, but I took a dump.
You didn't watch it, which is
On which one?
Repo, the
Repo.
genetic opera. Remember you
Oh,
watched like
yeah.
5 minutes of it and turned it off?
Yeah.
No, I watched more than that. I wouldn't have.
7?
No, it was
7
like in the
minutes?
20s or 30s, and I was just like,
I really
Okay.
hope Matt Reeves is.
I have invitation questions because we have to talk about the invitation before Ken leaves. What would you do? Because this is the point where I would completely know about if I had made it to this far after what this guy went through. As soon as they show the video of the lady dying, I'm
Yeah.
fucking out.
Yeah.
I'm like that. That
Yeah,
is like
for sure.
as
'Cause
soon
I
as he
kinda-
locked the
I-
door, I would have
Yeah,
been
no.
like,
I would've
no.
I would have been like, "Fuck you, no." Like,
Yeah, it was
absolutely
this-
not.
Yeah, things were
I
not
wouldn't have
right
gone.
from the get go, and it's because I kind of agree with Ken. Like
Yeah.
when I don't know how he even went like to that. I don't think I could either go to that place where all of this literally connected to some of the most traumatic events in your whole fucking life.
That's
And
why they're not going to write a
really-
movie about you, because you have common sense.
Yeah, right? Yeah, couldn't go. And then I think if I managed to end up there, I think watching that video, I'd been like, "Oh, you guys are fucking. I'm fucking done. I'm leaving. Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here." You just made me watch a video where it was somebody dying. Yeah, I'm good. I don't care what the fuck is on the menu. I don't care what kind of food you've got in store
I
for
hate
us.
wine, so you're not going to get me.
Josh is like, they handed me a wine glass. I was like, nope.
Listen, if
Fuck
it's
you, I'm out.
$10 sparkling peach wine, lightly sparkling peach wine, I'll drink the whole fucking bottle. But real wine,
You
Well, I don't
you
drink,
guys
so,
really don't like
you know.
I like wine. You don't like wine?
I've yet to find wine that I actually like, unless it's like, I don't know, red wine, and I just don't like it.
Mm. You're probably
mean,
more of a sherry person. Like Fraser
I
and
think she's more of a
Sherry,
continue.
Sherry baby.
God.
Sherry.
Rod is asleep.
baby.
Rod's
No, I'm
texting
not
his,
asleep. I was
date
trying to
tonight.
figure out what this director had done after this movie because
Karen
she
Kusama?
did this movie and then like she's done a bunch of other stuff. I haven't heard of most of it though. She did a movie called Masters or a TV episode called Masters
Oh.
of Sex. What?
She directed 2 episodes of Yellow Jackets.
Holler.
Cool. That's a good show.
Yeah,
I actually
that
got
is
to
a good
watch the
show.
rest of the season 2. They're on season 3 now, are they not?
Yeah, I only watched like maybe
She,
half
like,
of the first season or
directed
all of the first season, but
Jennifer's
it's
Body,
really good.
yo.
Huh?
Like
Did
she
she?
directed Jennifer's Body, dude.
No way.
Yeah, it's funny with Jennifer's Body. It's always the writer that gets talked about with that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Diablo
It's not-
Cody? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's Diablo
you're right.
Cody gets.
Oh, we did
It's one of those-
XX on the show, didn't we not? I thought. Didn't we?
What was XX?
She directed that bad Eon Flux movie. That's actually not that bad, honestly.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine.
No, I don't think we did that. That was an anthology movie, Josh.
Oh.
I just think that like this
Yeah.
movie it's not super complicated. It's not like in depth or anything like that, but it just manages to do a lot with a little. Like I mean, $1 million like 10 years ago, that's still a fucking indie film. I mean,
very
how
small.
much-
Yeah, that's not a lot of
Yeah.
money. They've been
And
spending $200 million on movies since the 90s.
Yeah.
That's when Waterworld fucking came out. I mean,
I
that's a
remember
$200 million
fucking loved that
dingleberry.
movie. I loved
Dude,
it.
I haven't seen.
I was the
I haven't
love
seen.
it too. It's bad, but I love it.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen the movie since the theater, and I remember seeing that with my sister, and we were like, because the all the commercials and stuff, and I was like,
it doesn't hold up.
14, yeah,
No.
and
No.
and
It's
now I just
very
remember.
misogynist.
There's a lot of movies that my boy Kevin Costner, who I love, did that they don't hold up at all. Like The Postman.
That wasn't good when it came out,
No,
Brian.
not at all. Not at all. And it's worse now.
Yeah.
If that says anything. Like, it wasn't good when it came out. It's just worse.
What was it that was it Bob's Burgers that we were talking about, the Postman, and like we're talking maybe I don't know what it was, like some television show was talking about like shitting on the postman and like the actual postal worker getting mad about it.
That's funny.
That's just I thought that was Kin's move.
That's my
shitting
move.
on the watching Bob's Burgers?
No,
And
shitting on the postman. Yeah.
The postal office and I don't get along. But with that being said, I must skedaddle away. So you guys have fun talking about the invitation.
Anything
And
else
I
you want to
look
say
forward to
before you
seeing
leave?
guys next week, twitch.tv/continue. You're all fabulous.
Bye, Ken.
Bye, Ken.
Love you.
Okay, well, I'm just going to leave it like this. She's still here.
He gave a thumbs up.
She's still
She came
here.
out. You left even earlier than she thought she was going to. No, this is like the type of like this is the problem that like again goes back to capitalism in America being a fucking disaster, but like it making profit isn't enough money. You need all the money. If you're not making $1 billion in like Hollywood, you're not.
Yeah, but that's
not good
like
enough.
it's all the higher ups in a place like that putting their dick on the table, and then someone came and went, look at $1 billion dick size, and they're like, I want $1 billion dick size, and that's it. It's just a big fucking like slap you in the face with a dick.
I would assume that this movie didn't make a lot at the box office. I don't know.
It made like $350,000.
I just like speaking of Logan Marshall Green here, I just want more Upgrade because that movie came out of fucking nowhere, and it is so fucking good, and like I just want more from
that's a
that
Lee
whole
Whannell
team.
movie, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he made Wolfman, and he went.
Wolfman is not that bad. It's not good either. It's just not that great.
As we said on the podcast when we talked about it, disappointing.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
Just
for
make
sure. But it's honestly
more-
not that bad. Like Wolfman's actually fine. It's just not great.
It was just Sabretooth. It was a Sabretooth movie. It's not Wolfman. It's Sabretooth.
It was a movie where
origin
a
story.
guy looked like he had done too much meth and like played a banjo. And then he's
Sabretooth's dad.
No, I think that like, it's like, why isn't Logan Marshall Green in more stuff? Because he's sexy, and then he's a really good actor.
He is really good. He's great in this movie too. Like this is one of those movies that since it's got such basically it's a one setting, kind of situation. These kinds of movies are very carried by good performances.
Yeah,
and we get a lot of them. Everybody is really, really good in this movie.
I mean,
him in particular.
We talk about Josh. Like, I remember all the way back to like, what's it called? The Possessor movie, where we were like, this movie does this too, where it's like you have this world you lived in world where it's not like you don't know everything about the cult. You get little pieces of it and enough to like know why these people are kind of crazy. But it's like that kind of thing where you're like, you don't have every single detail explained to you. You just get bits and pieces that are enough to make you go, why are these people doing? What were they doing in Mexico? Why are they all like? I mean, you get pieces like where I think of the scene where she's like on the floor in the kitchen towards the end of the movie, the ex-wife, and he's like, we need to do this, or so we get like these people that have acted like they're all immune to pain and like whatever, and they're not. They just like they're planning on killing themselves and killing a bunch of people with them, and it's just like, you motherfuckers. It's just like that thing where these people are acting like they were trying to be robots, kind of like, oh, I don't feel pain. I am not sad because I choose to be happy. But you don't choose to be happy because you can't block emotions out. We are human fucking beings, and so Brian, you and Josh had never seen this, right?
Nope.
When I started watching it, I remembered starting to watch it a couple of different times, and then just stuff like pulled me out of it, so I just didn't finish it.
It is a slow
Yeah.
burn. Like it is a slow burn,
It
but
is.
like it's rewarding slow burn.
Very, very. I'm really glad that we picked it, because it gave me the excuse to just fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like I started this a couple of times in the past, and I probably only got like maybe 10 minutes into it, and I remember just being like, you know what? It's probably good, but I'm not feeling it today.
Yeah.
But since we had to watch it, obviously,
Yeah.
I'm really glad, because this is really fucking good. Like, this
Yeah.
is an awesome movie.
Yeah, the ending of this movie is just like,
It is
you're like,
so
yeah.
dark, dude. Like,
Yeah.
walking with them looking at all those fucking lanterns, and
Yeah.
you're like, Jesus Christ, this is pretty grim. I like it.
It's
those
pretty
kinds of
awesome
movies.
when you know what's happening and the guy goes out
Mhm.
and lights the red lamp. You go, oh shit, it's officially starting. Because then
Yeah.
you're like, you know what the red lantern
Mhm.
means, and you're like,
Of course.
I
Yeah.
want to know if Claire got away, though.
probably not.
I'm assuming. I'm a little disappointed that there was no resolution with that
Yeah.
whatsoever. You know, they didn't show her body or her car
But
anywhere.
the psychopath who, dude, another part of like another thing that if I had stayed around, when the guy tells the story about how he takes his wife and they get in an argument and he got so mad
Right.
he punched her in the face and killed her, and you're like, and you guys are just like, yeah, I'm
How you
gonna
like your steak?
yeah.
You know. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna leave now.
He played a villain in a different movie, and he did it so well because he was on a TV
Zodiac.
show, right? What?
Yeah, he was in
He was in
Zodiac.
He was in
Fargo.
Zodiac, right. Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Zodiac,
Fargo
yeah, He
too.
was in Zodiac.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
Zodiac,
John.
He plays that
he's-
deadpan, like scary guy because he is
Yeah.
big and like, yeah, shit, he's
Yeah,
scary.
John Carroll Lynch is a really good actor. He was also in the Drew Carey show too.
Yeah,
he
that's
was
where I
his-
knew him from. Yeah, the Drew Carey show. So like,
he was his Drew Carey's brother, right?
Yeah, cross.
Yeah, who was his cross-dressing brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Man.
a really good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's once again he's spectacular, and he has the ability to play those really stoic, emotionless,
Yeah.
intimidating just presences in movies,
Yeah.
because he's just like that in Zodiac.
Dude, that like I said earlier, that basement scene in that movie where Jake Gyllenhaal's in the basement with him in his house, and you're
Mhm.
like,
Dude, you need to get the fuck out of there.
yeah, the whole time.
Bro,
you're
you
like,
need to get the fuck out.
yeah. You're like, what the fuck? But yeah, he's great. And but like him telling that story, and you're backing up in real life because you're like, this motherfucker's crazy. Like he's the
Mhm.
enforcer of the cult. Like he's the cult enforcer.
Yeah,
Like-
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're like, oh, he's the one. Because once the fucking the Game of Thrones dude is like, he shoots the gay guy.
Yeah,
And-
giving the chest compressions.
Yeah, and then he's like, he couldn't do like that was like killing people is beyond. Most people aren't capable of killing unless you're in that necessary like state of mind, right? Like it's like self-defense or whatever. He kills him, then he can't do anything else. And so the dude's like, fine, I'll clean this shit up, and takes the gun and then just goes to fucking town on that. And you're just like, I was gonna say, you guys think that one chick, the chick with the mole that like goes fucking ape shit
Sadie?
crazy? Yeah, Sadie. She reminded me of like one of Manson's chicks or something like that. She's
100%.
just- yeah, I was like,
100%. Yeah, she could have been swapped out with any of those crazy little fuckers at the end of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
dude, I haven't watched
Which
that
is
movie.
the last
Yeah.
15 minutes of that movie is the
Yeah.
funniest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life.
Brett-
That is
Brett-
my favorite Tarantino movie because of the last 15 minutes of Once Upon a Time in
Brett-
Hollywood.
Brad Pitt chucking the can of beans at her,
Dude,
the one
he
chick's
fucking
head.
smacks that fucking broad, and then he against the mantle, just fucking going to town. Dude, that movie's awesome.
It's like the monkey, right? Where all this terrible shit's happening, but you're laughing because it's
Yes,
so
exactly.
ridiculous.
Dude,
You're
I
just
was
like,
dying laughing at the end of
dude.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was
Oh
so
yeah.
good.
You're like when the chick goes into the fucking pool on fire and shit like that. You're just like you're like
lovely.
what? Yeah. Yeah, but that chick is completely nutso like that. Like you're just like, what the fuck? Because she plays that like there's something off with her. Like and then she does that switch and she's just
Yeah.
like she goes into like berserker or like Sabretooth, as Josh is saying. She turns into Sabretooth mode.
Yeah, this yeah, she the Lindsay Burge is the girl that played Sadie in this, and yeah, she's fucking crazy as shit in this movie.
Dude,
No.
I another thing that like I just love how like everyone is like calling this motherfucker out for like saying all the shit that's wrong, and it's like this movie makes points about how we act in society in group settings and how we will put off uncomfortable most people just because they don't want to be considered rude or don't want to be considered like
people will go that's a good point. People will go above and beyond the call of duty to avoid conflict.
Yeah.
And to avoid and you're right. And that's exactly where all of his they're friends, I'm gonna use the air quotes anyway though.
Yeah.
Because real friends would have been like, you know what? You're making him feel uncomfortable. Let's go. Let's leave.
Yeah.
But
I mean, dude,
they kind of talk him. It's almost like his own friends were almost gaslighting him in the situation.
Yeah.
And, it's like
because let's be real. If something hadn't happened at the end of the movie, he would have been crazy. But like,
of course,
it's the thought where it's like someone's like
that tipping point where it's like, oh, actually, he was right.
House.
Yeah,
you don't lock motherfuckers into a house. That's not socially acceptable. It's not socially acceptable to show a video of somebody dying. It's just weird.
Oh, yeah, and that's the thing, right? It's that's what I was talking about. This movie's like what? Josh, how many people are locked? How many people are locked in your house?
Video.
But it's the thing where you're going. What would people do, and what kind of social situations would people put up with? And like, especially with, I mean, this movie. Like, have any of you guys ever been to a timeshare presentation anywhere?
No.
No, that sounds like something somebody with money would do. I ain't got that shit.
No, I went to a timeshare presentation in Mexico because they were going to give you like you
condo.
You could go paragliding or something like. It wasn't my timeshare. I was at a timeshare with a friend and her boyfriend, and we figured out that this like place was doing timeshare things and they won't let you leave. They're like, okay, you can leave now. And you go into another room where they like give you more timeshare. And then like, okay, you can leave now. And then there's another room with more timeshare reservation shit. It's built to like break the wills of people. Kind of like what they're doing.
Are you selling Amway?
I don't even know what Amway is. Isn't Brian, if you want to talk about, we make fun of you for being old. You're bringing up Amway it's not helping the situation, Brian. I know the word Amway, but I know it's older than me, which is saying something, and you're just like, oh, Brian's old.
It's a pyramid scheme, man.
I mean, yeah,
you're right. I guess I didn't really help my case.
You didn't do that to yourself, Brian. No,
I did.
I don't know, man. I think that like cults in general are built to target like, I mean, look at America. MAGA is a cult, but like they're built to like prey on people who are need a place, need answers, need things, right? And that's why this main guy gets carried into this because they think he's going to be like the easy target because he lost his son, just like she was, right?
all the trauma associated with that area. They brought him back to that place for a specific reason.
Okay. And I want to talk about the kid because I don't think we really brought it up. So another kid hit his kid in the head with a baseball bat. Is that what killed
I'm
their
not gonna
kid?
lie. I don't know exactly
Yeah.
what happened.
They don't exactly go into it. They kind of talk about a baseball bat and whatever, and you're like, it was like a birthday party or something. I keep looking off the side and thinking Josh is lighting up a cigarette because the yellow light in his
Yeah.
and I'm like, is Josh like lighting up a cigarette in the middle of the stream? Yeah. Josh, you haven't said as much about that. What was your like real thoughts of this?
It was good.
All right, guys, tune in next week where Josh thinks something else is good.
I'm just wondering because this movie as like a filmmaker, this movie's got to be like pretty. I mean, it's simple, but like just the cinematography is real good. I mean, the things that you really like, the color schemes and the things that you
I don't
as
know,
a
like
filmmaker.
it's not just me as a filmmaker, like me as the bullshit that I've gone through in my life. I was kind of feeling for this character in a way where like I'm kind of mourning the living in my life,
Yeah,
which is a very similar feeling to what he is feeling mourning someone that has been stripped away from him, right? So it was like bringing up like some post-traumatic stress shit for me as well.
Yeah.
So it was a harder watch for me just because of the subject matter. And I've lost a lot of other people in my life as well, but like this one, I don't know. There's a few things that just kind of like were hitting close to home for me, and it was but again, like then at the end of the movie it becomes something that is rewarding for a horror movie lover. And I feel like there's a few movies in a row that we watched that it's like, okay, just give it a shot. Like you said, Opus reminded you of this, and that's why we're here. And the end of Opus was very rewarding for me in the exact same way this one is. And I didn't know that this was going to do that. And if it didn't do that, I don't think it would have landed as hard, but it still would have been a good like standalone small movie because of how they bookended it, like in this one house and their struggles. So and it's an easy thing, adding just a few more red lights in the distance. It gives this whole universe of things that have happened like before and during the movie that you didn't even know, that you're like, and then your imagination gets to fill in those blanks so well, and you're just like, oh, I wonder what happened at that fucking house. Holy shit. Cool.
Reminds me of the studio, Josh. It bookends it. It bookends the movie.
Everyone loves a good fucking bookend.
I think that like it's just like this would be a really good movie, but like you said, like it's one of those things like it's like the original Saw, right? Like I feel like the original Saw I really, really loved, but that ending where he gets up is just like kind of like this. And I'm not saying this ending's as good as this as Saw, but it's up there, man. Because you sit there and you go, even me knowing it was coming, I'm like, fuck, this movie is just really, really well done. Like it's written well. It's like produced.
It doesn't do anything more than it needs to as well. There's constraint in. I don't want to say that it's budget constraints. There's constraint in its like approach to coverage as well. It only shows you what it needs to. It's not doing the 3-point coverage all the time for every scene. It's like just on the person that needs to be for this dialogue, and instead of showing it like, you know, like crazy. So I like that it felt more confined, because it should. You're confined to a house, and it really makes you feel like you are someone at that party, and you don't know how the fuck the night's gonna end.
Yeah. I mean, Kim brought up like, you know, The Strangers, right? And like that movie has a lot of like, because it's a lot of people are like greatest fear is that thought of like the one place in the world that's supposed to be your safe spot.
Well, I'm not saying that movies didn't have anxiety in them, but like I feel like it's very much more so a thing in the forefront nowadays.
I know. I was just comparing the whole like thought process of like being stuck in a house, a place that's supposed to be safe, a place that's supposed to be like okay, and this you're supposed to be with your closest friends and
A
people
thing
that you're
that
supposed to care
movie
about.
did well was the bait and switch and make him make the mistake with his best friend coming in to check up on him. I fucking
Yeah.
loved that part of the Strangers. Like you're just like,
And
oh no.
yeah. The
Yeah,
new
that's
one?
one thing that the remake
Oh,
didn't
okay.
capture very well.
I
The
didn't see
remake,
the remake yet.
that
Yeah.
remake's bad, and they're still moving forward with 2 other fucking Strangers
Oh,
movies.
they shot all 3.
It's not
Oh, they shot all
remakes.
3
They're
at the
just
same
like
time?
they're just
Mm.
the next ones
No, that
in
one's a
the
remake. That
Is it?
one's a remake.
I didn't
Yeah,
watch it.
it's not good.
Yeah.
It's a
Fuck.
remake. They reimagined the whole same story from the first 2 for the
Yeah.
most part. I
That's
don't
why
know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not a remake, but
that's why
um,
that's why they're
it's
releasing
bad.
the second one because they shot all 3 at the same
So
time.
they shot all 3 at once.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
bad idea.
Yeah.
Wow, that's they're trying to create more universes for
Well,
things.
let's start making good shit. Because it's not good. Like that remake or whatever. If it's not a remake, it's The Strangers Chapter
Yeah.
1. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's really fucking bad.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, that's the thing. We talk about remakes and shit like that, and we're talking about this movie is just a movie that was done really well and fucking awesome and whatever. And I think it's funny because it's relevant. And like we're talking about fucking Sinners, and I see people already going, "Oh yeah, I want this character background and I want this," and I'm like, but that's not the point. This like literally was like the top. Sinners was like the top grossing like new movie with no franchise or whatever in like 20 years, I think they said. Like it was a long time. And it was like the first time a horror movie had an A cinema score in like 30 years is something insane like that.
What did?
So like Sinners, it had an A cinema score over the weekend. So, like, what I'm saying is that, like, we don't need everything to be fucking franchises. We don't need everything to be like. That's why I love this movie. It's a movie that like has no universe. It's just a one night event that like leaves you go and then you go, oh, what? And you can think about it and you go this and that, and you know all that stuff. And man, I don't know. That's the kind of stuff that like is right up my alley, and I think this movie's awesome, and I just really dig it. It makes me want actors to appear in other things, right? But like, I'm happy with Marvel movies. I'm happy with DC movies, but I want my independent things that aren't anything related to anything. They're just like creative people making really cool movies, you know? So
Yes, please.
yes, please. Um, yeah, let's finish up our cult month and do Sacrament next week. Because that movie's dope. And
We could watch the movie Cobra. It's about a cult too.
Brian, one of these days, I'm gonna just do Cobra just for shits and giggles on the Murder Moose podcast. It's like I haven't watched Cobra in a long time. Okay, Brian, we'll do a
My
thing.
birthday's coming up.
When's your birthday? It's in
August
August,
29th.
right?
But we're talking about Toxic Avenger.
When does
'Cause it comes
Toxic
out on
Avenger
my
come
bir- It
out?
comes out on my birthday, August
Is it
29th.
really? I'm gonna be at Burning Man on your birthday, so
Ooh, so we're talking
Yeah.
about. So is it the team BJ for that week?
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Rod's just sad that he missed out on BJ's.
I know. I mean, I miss out on BJ's all the time. That's why I'm a single man.
The same
That's why I'm
girl is in all 3.
Yeah,
of
but
these
when
fucking
I was
things.
single, I had more BJ's, isn't it? No, maybe not.
I don't know. I don't
Isn't
know
that
how many
usually-
times Dude, I want to say never mind. I'm not gonna say it. You're gonna
The
yell at me
same
for
girl
spoiling.
is in all 3 of those Strangers movies that are coming out.
Yeah, because it's like a trilogy. So you have
Fucking
Is
the
she
same
the killer?
No,
the final girl. The final girl, yeah. Okay,
Go
so we
quit
watched.
going to that area.
I think it's probably a continuous 3 movies, dude. I assume.
They're gonna be bad.
I assume so.
You know,
yeah.
Rennie Harlan made those.
Yeah. That's
I'm
what the
sorry, I'm
thing
stuck on this.
a good director and
Do
doing
what?
bad things.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
he a
know.
good director? Yeah.
He's a pretty decent filmmaker.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
directed such cinematic masterpieces as The Adventures of Ford Fairlane. Have you ever seen that, guys?
No. I
You
don't know
never
what the
seen
fuck
that? It's
No.
actually a really funny movie.
Okay. Okay, Sacrament next week. Josh, anything you want to pimp out?
No.
Okay. Brian.
I want to talk about Josh's short movie here that I'm excited to watch.
Oh yeah, go and watch the shit and do the
Yeah, go
YouTube
to
thing.
Josh WRB's YouTube channel.
It's like
and
5 minutes.
Watch Spirit
It's
Sing,
great.
5 minutes of your life that you didn't need anyway.
Yep.
You didn't
I
need
made
those
it
5 minutes.
short, but
Yeah.
you know, it's a slow burn
I'm
for a
excited to
short.
watch it. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's fun.
I'm gonna watch it
With our Murder Moose podcast guest host Josh Jr.
Is that you sitting next to PJ Souls? I see.
Yes, it is. She's awesome.
She's very cool. Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I had an interview with George P. Wilbur. He played Mike Myers in 4,
part
5, 6.
4 and 6. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was 4, 5, and 6, but I could be
Nah,
wrong. 4
somebody
and
else
6.
played him
Yeah.
in
But I didn't
haven't
upload
seen-
the interview, and I forgot about it, and I have it, and now he's dead, and I feel like and I was gonna
upload it.
Yeah, I think I might upload that sometime here, just because
Yeah.
it is a thing that exists. Even though it's not the
I
greatest
haven't-
interview, I'm not the
I
greatest
haven't
at doing
seen-
that.
I haven't seen 2 Halloween movies, and they are 6 and Resurrection.
You
And
should watch both of those.
Yeah, dude.
I was gonna say on a side point that by far the worst Michael Myers I've seen is 5, and probably good that he wasn't in 5.
Pretty
but-
bad mask.
Yeah, that
4
and he
Wasn't
also
that
goes
good either.
The what?
the 4. No, 4 was terrible. I think he looked awesome in 4 when he was in the burn fucking the bandages on his head. They should have just let him kill people like that for the rest of the movie.
In a hospital gown and bandages.
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah. Okay. Brian, also you could go check out. We're gonna make you watch, even though he hasn't done an episode in a while. But
We
go watch
haven't.
that.
Yeah, we're still on a little bit of a hiatus. Warren went to WrestleMania this weekend, so that's why we can't record this weekend.
I was gonna ask you real quick about WrestleMania. Did it feel less spectacular than the last few sets of WrestleManias to
In
you?
many
Because it did
ways,
to me.
yes. Night 1 to me was pretty fucking weak, honestly.
Yeah.
But night 2 was fantastic, except
Yeah.
the last match, which I'm not upset about the result. I'm just upset about the execution of the match.
Yeah. Dude, none of the matches felt like they were like planned out that well. Like none of the matches like felt
Some
like
of
they
them
like
didn't. There were some that I thought were fine.
Yeah.
Like honestly, the Jey Uso Gunther match that was set up really well, and we got a good payoff with that. The fatal 4-way with Dominic in the IC championship, that was set up really well, and the payoff
Yeah.
was really good for that as well. Because Dominic is the IC champ now.
Yeah.
There was some like the fucking tag team championship match with the War Raiders that could have been on Raw, bro. Like
Yeah.
that was weak. That was
None of it
terrible.
felt spectacular, and nothing
No,
felt like. I mean,
even the women's championship between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair was kind of disappointing because
yeah.
nobody was invested in that until the fucking last like maybe week
Yeah.
or
I
two
think-
SmackDowns, and that was just.
I mean, that's the
late.
the problem is that you had 2+ years of setting up John Cena, or I mean, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns, and The Rock and all that stuff, and your one guy who comes out at the end of that match is Travis Scott, and that's all you.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
why I was like, man, this was weak. Like
Yeah.
if they would have had The Rock there and Stone Cold, and then say Travis Scott and The Rock came out,
Yeah.
and then Stone Cold came out and then tried to help Cody, because he said that he had like I don't know, it was pretty.
Yeah.
It was pretty
Yeah.
weak. Like I didn't
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not upset with the result by any means because I
Yeah.
actually wanted Cena to win.
Yeah.
Because I think it was I think for
He
story
deserves it.
sense it
Yeah.
tells the more compelling story
Yeah.
for Cena to win.
Yeah.
And it gives them more options to do things.
Yeah.
Honestly, like as a whole, I'm actually pleased with literally every title change
Yeah.
or retention over Mania.
Yep.
There was just some weak matches because of
Yeah.
bad buildup.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, the main event, like it should have been great because honestly, the buildup to Cody versus Cena was great. It was fine. It was
Yeah.
fun. But god dang, they really fumbled on
Yeah.
the execution of the match with
Yeah.
because okay, first of all, Travis Scott weighs
All right,
50
you lost me, man. I'm out.
Okay.
I gotta
yeah,
go.
Okay. I'll wrap up. Go follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/RogerJohnston. And yeah.
You got-
Okay. We can get you guys next week with the sacrament. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
I knew that was going to lose, Josh.